This video was made on the request of Snow Sitarandera and Jada. Far beyond the reach of the waking world, where sunlight dances upon endless waves, lay a kingdom hidden beneath the sea. In these deep blue waters, coral towers shimmered like jewels, and glowing creatures drifted through the currents as if guided by magic. This was a realm of wonder and song, where the ocean whispered its ancient secrets and every tide carried a dream. And within this underwater kingdom, a story was about to begin, one that would change the sea forever. At the heart of the underwater kingdom stood a magnificent palace, carved from glowing coral and shimmering pearl. It was ruled by a wise and powerful king, guardian of the seas. By his side were his 6 beautiful daughters, each as unique as the ocean itself, filling the palace with laughter. The king was a widower, so his wise mother lovingly helped raise the princesses, guiding them with care and a gentle heart.
The ocean's calling out our names.
All of the king's daughters were beautiful in their own way, but the youngest shone brighter than the rest. Her eyes held the colors of the ocean, deep, shimmering, and full of wonder, as if the sea itself lived within her. While her sisters delighted in glittering jewels and precious treasures of the sea, Ariella was different. Her heart was drawn to the mysterious world above the waves, and she treasured the strange and wonderful things that belonged to the humans. She had a dear friend, the only one who knew that she longed to one day walk upon the land above.
Maybe one day.
My little one, curiosity is a gift, but always remember the ocean is your home. Respect its ways, and it will guide you safely.
The king had one rule for his daughters: never venture too close to the world above, for it held unknown dangers.
The human world is forbidden. You may dream, but you may not visit until you are
18.
One by one, the daughters took their turns, rising to the surface and exploring the world above the waves. Each returned with marvelous stories of sparkling shores kissed by the sun, of graceful birds soaring across endless skies, of bustling villages and mysterious sights that filled their hearts with wonder. But the youngest daughter was different. While her sisters returned with tales of treasures and distant lands, her heart was drawn to the world of humans. She dreamed of their songs, their lives, and the day she might walk upon the land and see it all for herself. Ariella often asked her grandmother about humans. Gently, she replied, "They live only 100 years, while we may live 300, yet they fill their lives with so much wonder." But Ariella was so curious that she could no longer wait. One night, under the silver glow of the moon, she rose to the surface and decided to see the human world for herself. As she surfaced, she saw a beautiful boat, its sails shimmering in the moonlight, and heard music and laughter drifting across the waves.
It's my birthday! Chief Cotway and Juliet!
On the boat, a young prince was celebrating his birthday. Surrounded by music, laughter, and the joy of friends, his heart full of life and cheer. But without warning, dark clouds gathered and the winds began to howl. Waves crashed against the boat, tossing it wildly, until the prince was thrown into the raging sea. The storm grew fierce and unforgiving, waves crashing like thunder against the helpless vessel. With a terrible crack, the boat splintered apart, its pieces swallowed by the raging sea. Seeing the prince unconscious in the water, Ariel rushed to his side. She swam swiftly through the scattered wreckage, dodging broken wood and torn sails, determined to reach him before the sea pulled him away. As he began to sink beneath the waves, she caught him just in time. Gently, she wrapped her arms around him and lifted him upward. As she gazed at his peaceful face, her heart fluttered, and in that quiet moment, she knew she had fallen in love. At that very moment, the prince's eyes fluttered open for just a second, then slowly closed once more. With all her strength, she swam through the fading storm and carried him gently to the shore. Laying him safely upon the sand, she lingered for a moment, and as she slipped back into the sea, It felt as though a piece of her heart remained with him. At dawn, another princess and her maidens found the prince on the shore. When his eyes opened, he felt a strange certainty. This was the woman who had saved him. Back beneath the waves, Ariella's heart ached with longing. She missed the prince so deeply that she began to consider something she was never supposed to do: to seek the help of the sea witch.
I will go to the sea witch tonight.
With every gentle stroke, Ariella swam farther from the light of her home and deeper into the unknown. The water grew darker, colder, heavier, yet her heart pushed her forward, toward the sea witch's dangerous lair. A chilling laugh echoed through the darkness as the sea witch emerged, her eyes glowing with wicked magic. Ariel's heart raced with fear. But for love, she found the courage to face her.
Whatso you wish for, I can give you what you want, but you will have to give me your voice.
I'm willing.
Without a second thought, Ariella agreed to the sea witch's cruel bargain. But the witch's voice slithered through the water with a warning. Win the prince's love, or you shall turn to sea foam and be lost forever.
Drink this only when your feet touch land.
With a pounding heart, Ariella rushed toward the surface. Clutching the potion tightly, she thought only of the prince, and without hesitation, she drank it, hope and excitement sparkling brighter than her fear. As Ariella drank the potion, lights and magic swirled around her, shimmering through the water. The power of the spell overwhelmed her, and with a soft gasp, she fainted, carried by the currents of fate. The next morning, in a beautiful kingdom bathed in golden sunlight, Ariella's eyes fluttered open. Lying in the soft, warm bed, she could hardly believe it. She was truly a human, and a whole new world awaited her. Ariella lay in the quiet room, unsure of where she was, until a gentle knock echoed at the door. The prince entered, his eyes filled with concern, and in that instant, Ariella realized she was in the prince's palace, safe and closer to him than ever before.
Oh, finally you're awake.
Ariella tried to speak, but no sound came. As her voice was gone, the next day, the palace was alive with celebration. The prince, already aware of her silence, said,
The kingdom is celebrating today. I'm getting married.
As Ariella watched the prince, her heart sank as Ariella realized, with a pang of sadness, that he did not remember her bravery beneath the waves, and he thinks that the other princess saved her with whom he was getting married. The next day, the grand celebration began. The prince entered the hall, accompanied by the princess he was to marry. Then, Ariella appeared, like a vision of light and beauty, her presence turning every eye toward her, and the room seemed to hold its breath. As the prince's eyes fell upon Ariella, he could not look away. There was something familiar in her gaze, something that tugged at his heart, a memory he couldn't place, yet it stirred a longing he could not ignore. The prince stepped closer to Ariella, his voice filled with wonder and curiosity. "Why? Do I feel as if I've known you from somewhere?" he asked. Nearby, the princess he was to marry felt a pang of jealousy, her smile faltering as fear crept in. What if her secret was about to be revealed? What if the prince doesn't marry her? That evening, Ariella sat alone on the shore. Her heart ached as she watched the palace lights in the distance, realizing that the prince's love belonged to another. And for a moment, she felt the deep sting of loneliness. Suddenly, her sisters appeared, urging her, "Pierce the prince's heart, or you'll never return to the sea." Ariel's hands shook, but her heart was firm. She could never harm the one she loved. When the wedding day arrived, Ariella walked slowly to the shore, her heart heavy with sorrow. Watching the waves roll in, she whispered goodbye to the world she loved, believing it was finally time for her to fade into sea foam and be gone forever. As the prince prepared for the wedding, a sudden memory stirred within him. Vivid visions of the girl who had saved him flashed before his eyes, and his heart leaped with recognition. Without a second thought, he ran toward the shore, chasing the feeling he could no longer ignore, Ariella. The prince reached the shore, and there she was, Ariella, standing alone, her head bowed, eyes filled with sorrow. His heart tightened at the sight, and sadness washed over him, knowing she was about to disappear forever.
I'm sorry for forgetting you.
As the prince spoke, gentle sparkles began to swirl around them, shimmering in the air like tiny stars. The magic of the curse seemed to waver.
Your love has broken the curse.
Finally, they were in each other's arms. The world seemed to hold its breath as the sparkles of magic danced around them, and the curse melted away completely. And so, in a kingdom bathed in sunlight and love, Ariella and the prince began their life together. Proof that courage, kindness, and true love can overcome even the darkest of spells.